right, Omar. Okay, it's okay. Alright, calm down. Calm down. It's the new noise. Come on, come on. Come on. You already went to the bathroom. You're going to eat in a minute. Be quiet. Guess that's the I smell my food. Is that the I smell my food noise? Even if you could stand up in your pen, it's not going to bring you any closer to your food. So, you know what I mean, Belly Bean? Alright. Eat in the middle of the night anyway. You are not starving, baby. You slept with Mama, although I don't even remember how it happened because I was so tired. Just had to stop you from crying when you're supposed to be going to sleep. After you'd eaten, you usually just go to sleep. You usually just go to sleep after you eat. I don't know why you wouldn't. You did sleep with me. But I was so tired, I don't even know. I woke up with him next to me and didn't remember him being next to me. Mama didn't even remember you being next to her because she was so tired. She just had to quiet you, calm you down. Okay, it's okay. It's alright. We need to not rush. We need to not rush because this is your meal that has the supplements on it. And it's messy. Okay? Okay, baby? It's messy. Mama needs to make sure she has paper towel available to wipe her hands. I know, but you can't eat immediately. We had to give you the bathroom, and we had to get the food, and Mama had to put the supplements on it, and Mama had to go to the bathroom herself, because Mama is human. Mama has to go to the bathroom too. Okay, it's okay. Okay. I forgot to wet this down, but it's in the fridge. You aren't fussy though. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck if your food's cold or warm, as long as you get to have it. I moisten it with warm water, but I'm not going to leave it out. You have to put it in the refrigerator overnight. Okay, we're going to do this slowly, Omar Lou. Slowly. All right, Chiquita Banana. Here you go, sweet boy. I'm Chiquita Banana, here to reveal the way to spot a great banana is by the peel. The sticker be your guide. Find a better tasting banana inside. So I learned something yesterday. I learned that Comcast reviews, at least audience score, is a bunch of bullshit. You can only trust critic review. It lets you go popular, critic score, audience score, most recent, and A to Z for tens of thousands of movies, which include all the third-party movies. I typed in the other day, audience score. The #1 movie that came up with 100% score was this movie called The Virgin of Highland Park. I thought, God, 100%. Everyone loves this movie. 100% audience score. That might be worth checking out. It's got to be good. It's got to be really good if it's 100% score. I will never fall for that shit again. There's no way that movie got 100%. I don't know what the deal is. It was on Pluto. No way it got 100%. So then I was watching it and I'm like, it's got 100%. Alright, it's not bad, but I wanted to cheat and go online, see what people had to say about it. I mean, 100% audience score. That's got to be a friggin' 5-star, fantastic fucking movie. I think that was an error. It shows up as the very first movie, though, because that's 100%. I'll never trust that again. 100%. No, nothing else had that. And you go online. It's called The Virgin of Highland Park. You go online, you find nothing. You find nothing about it. A synopsis, you find no reviews at all. Like, oh yeah, it has 100%, but it has no reviews. Couldn't even find a critic review. And the movie's friggin' weird. And it keeps you guessing. And then it ends so badly. If I was in a theater, I would be like so pissed. So pissed. Ends up in the air. I don't like up in the air movies that don't tell you. I thought you watch the whole movie thinking you're going to find out how she became pregnant when she was a virgin. And then you don't get to know in the end. You don't get to know. Stupid movie. Might be based on a book. Maybe the book tells you the truth. I don't know. Actually, there's like 9 comments. It comes up on YouTube too. People are like, I can't wait to see this movie. It looks interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting premise, but it falls flat. Big time falls flat. Falls flat. Without being a spoiler, I'm going to go out there and just say, what's the deal with this movie? Did anybody watch it? It got 100% on Xfinity audience score, and it doesn't tell you shit. Ending's horrible. Leaves everything up in the air. Unreal. Maybe it's meant to be whatever that word is. It's obscure or whatnot. So it whatever. The movie itself wasn't bad, but I don't like movies that don't tie up loose ends. I don't like movies that you don't even understand what was going on. Because you don't get answers. Spoiler alert of that stupid movie. You don't get answers in the end. You believe she actually is a virgin. Someone's trying to find out somebody's trying to come up with a scientific reason for it, and then they want to turn it into a scientific experiment. Like maybe because her hymen's intact, and how could she have gotten pregnant and had sex if her hymen was intact? And then maybe it's something that never been heard before, an unfertilized egg that she absorbed into herself, and she was supposed to be a twin, and then hormones when she gets a little older. She never even had her period. then other people are thinking it's a miracle, and she's, you know, and she's wondering that too, and she doesn't want to be the Virgin Mary, you know, she's just, the movie itself was okay, but I don't like movies where in the end, spoiler alert, she's like telling, I've decided what I'm going to do. In the end, we have no idea what she's going to do. Is she going to keep it? Is she going to abort it? Is she going to, what is she going to do? It leaves you hanging, and it pissed me off big time. I guess I don't like movies like that. I'm sure it's not the only movie of its type. I think I've watched movies before that left you hanging, and I don't like them. Detective brain. I like to tie up loose ends. I like to know what happened and what she decides. And nope, it ended, and I screamed. I can't believe it ended like that. No, there's got to be more. No, maybe my TV shut off. No, it ended like that. She makes her decision what she's going to do in the end. Keep the baby, be a mother, abort the baby, do what her mom wants her to do, which is keep the baby, and if she doesn't want to keep it, at least not terminate it, and you know, and to have give the baby to someone who can't have kids. It wants to leave us guessing. We don't have any idea what she decides to do. We do know she makes a decision. We don't know how or why, and I don't like movies like that. It's my prerogative to not like movies like that. I wanted to know. I like loose ends tied up. I like to know, you know. I felt like I just wasted an hour and a half or 2 hours of my life, but whatever. It wasn't the first time. It keeps you attentive to it. It keeps you, you know, watching it. It keeps you wondering. At one point, she was even standing at one point. You thought she might kill herself. You knew she wouldn't because of the movie, but you thought, I think she was contemplating it. Definitely do. Because everybody wanted a piece of her. Some are thinking it's a religious miracle. Others are thinking there has to be a scientific explanation. And in the end, she's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why this happened to me. You know what I mean? It's just whatever. I thought it might end up being science fiction. So we don't know what's inside of her. Maybe she was implanted by an alien. And I looked up and like, no, it's a drama comedy. I wouldn't call it funny at all. It's very somber. But it fell flat with me. Because again, I like things solved. If it comes from a book, it might be, you know, meant to be like that. You leave it up in the air. You leave it ambiguous. I could go out under YouTube and write under it. There's only several comments, like 9 comments. The movie's, I guess, from a year ago, last year. I could write, I don't like ambiguous things. Spoiler alert, don't read my comment if you don't want to have spoiler alert, but it doesn't tie up any loose ends. It pisses me off, and you spend the whole movie wondering what happened to her and why, and what she's going to decide regardless of what happened to her and why. In the end, you find out nothing. You only find out that she's at peace and has made her decision and runs to her parents. I've decided what I'm going to do. Movie ends. Weird fucking movie. only serve to piss me off. I can definitely find better things to watch and better things to do with my time than waste my time watching that movie. But I did learn a valuable lesson. You can pay attention to critic score, you know that's legitimate. But audience score, apparently not, because it got 100%. That movie did not, in any universe, get 100%. I know that it didn't. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, Ohms. What might that be in Mama's eye? I don't know. No, it's in my eye. I don't think I rubbed it unless I did subconsciously, but I didn't rub it with the dirty hand. We know that. I was doing so good with my cordless water pick flosser advanced. So good. And then I got turned off or even a little scared when I sprayed the water in my left eye. I foolishly opened my eye. An impulse or something when I realized it was spraying all over the place. Now I know better, but I got turned off, and then I was so good. I was on a roll doing it every night for 5 nights in a row. 5 days in a row, whether I did it night and day, whatever I did it 5 consecutive days in a row. And then I missed days because I was not traumatized, but a little just, didn't like that. Then I did it Sunday, and then I didn't do it again because I passed out. Uh-oh. Don't have enough paper towel. Over there. All right, let's rest. This is your really rich meal that has the supplements on it. You get it stuck up in your mouth, too. Good, Omar? Is it good? Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Live dangerously. Try to get that food out from the top of your lip, where you store it like a chipmunk or a squirrel. I don't like that. Especially since you drink your water and then the food comes loose, and then you sometimes start choking a little bit. Like you're storing that food up there. I don't know how that happens or why. I think we're gonna save part of it, Omar. Sure, love takes over. Love could take over, the world would be healed. Instead, we have people who are that day celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, being slaughtered in their home by a madman. Watching each other get slaughtered, fighting back. Ages 74, 73, the married couple, something like that. And 97, her mom who probably lived with them. At least about them, you can say they got to live a long, happy life with each other. Unlike when people get slaughtered who are like those college students who are just starting out their lives. Unbelievable, Omar. Unbelievable. There's no fly in my room. I can just leave your food for a little bit and give you more in like an hour. The fly's gonna get in the food, Omar. Like it got into, unbeknownst to us, got into Mama and Grandma's food. Chicken out of a bowl. Chicken out of a bowl. Find a goddamn fly at the bottom of the bowl, dead. The bowl hadn't been sitting out on the counter. The bowl was, I put a rotisserie chicken, the white meat, into that bowl. I didn't leave that bowl sitting. I don't know how the goddamn fly got in there. I think the fly was in our fridge, but you never know. But the bowl was covered. The bowl was covered, and I've been periodically eating out of the top of it. And then I'm adding the goddamn chicken to the goddamn Annie's organic macaroni and cheese and 2 cans of organic green beans. And I get to the bottom of the bowl, and there's a dead fly in the bottom of the bowl. I was so grossed out. So fucking grossed out. Stupid fucking flies. They're like just waiting. Killed 3 of them the other day. Killed my mom. There was 2 left that I didn't get. They just wait to come in the house. And I wouldn't eat the meal, but I asked my mom if she wanted to still eat it, and she did. I was already grossed out because I had been eating uncooked chicken. I microwaved the shit out of the meal for my mother, and she ate it. I was too grossed out. Even after I took the chicken off the top of it, there was still some chicken that was mixed in. Took the chicken off the top and threw it away. So gross. Of course, I didn't see the fly because it's a glass bowl. And the fly was inside the bowl. How the hell it got in there, I don't fucking know. What I do know is if I left that white meat in that bowl unattended, didn't have a cover, I put a plate over it. It was only briefly, who knows? They're tricky. Goddamn flies, I don't know. Maybe I left it unattended for a second, and that's all it took. All it took. Maybe the fly, it couldn't be in the fridge and get in because it can't get in with the plate covering the bowl. It's just ridiculous. Dead friggin' fucking fly at the bottom of our food. Grossed me out, so I didn't get to have the macaroni and cheese. Great piece of chicken that I wanted. Plus, I'd already eaten part of the chicken off the top from the dead fly in the bottom of the bowl. It's just the idea. I know once I was going to add cold chicken to the macaroni and green beans because I didn't want to dry out the chicken. Then I just put it in the microwave for my mom. Heated it up in the microwave for my mother. She ate it. And since I'm not having any, she can eat it for a couple of more days. I stuck it in the freezer because rotisserie chicken, you don't want to keep more than a couple of days without freezing it. I had still kept the bones. I ate myself a little bit off of the bone that I had in there in a bag. In its own thing that it came in. But it's gross. Ugh. Flies, hate flies. I hate them. They're the grossest fucking things. They are gross and they look gross. They match their grossness. They look gross. They don't just behave in a gross manner. They look disgusting. Flies look disgusting and act disgusting. You know, we didn't know there was more than one. Then I kept killing them, and then there were more and more, and now I know I'll never leave anything for even a split second without covered. Any food, not his food, not our food. I never would have imagined that there was a dead fly in the bottom of that glass bowl. Never would have imagined it. And then I'm taking all the chicken in little pieces, adding it to our nice meal, and find a dead fly in the bottom. I wanted to throw up because I'd been eating the dry chicken cold. I'd periodically taken a piece. I don't know how that fly got in there. It was just waiting. It was waiting because it sickening. Valuable lesson. I didn't hear the fly, I didn't see it, I didn't anything, and I find it in